Good afternoon. Welcome now. It is Poplar Bluff Mules baseball. We are live in Ellington. I'm Frankie Castile, and welcome to Poplar Bluff Mules baseball on a cloudy Monday afternoon. Joining us right now, the head coach of Poplar Bluff, Coach John David Patillo. And Coach, we are back in Missouri after a 4-0 week last week. Your Mules winning 6 games in a row. We've got Tim back with us on Facebook and YouTube. All in all, it's a pretty good day.
Oh, yeah. It's a nice day. It's cloudy, but, man, the weather's nice.
It really is. And let's talk about this week in general. 6 games up for grabs here. We're here in Ellington today, about an hour away from Poplar Bluff. First and foremost, how was your trip over today?
Oh, it was good. We brought the kids in a little bit early and hit and took some ground balls and fly balls on the field, and because we gave them a few days off, coming off the trip and Easter weekend. But, yeah, kids seem like they're ready to go, and drive is not too bad. And
a lot better than 12 hours, right?
A little better.
Little better, indeed. And let's talk about practice over the weekend. I know Sunday was off because of Easter. Did you guys get together on Saturday? I know today you guys did some walkthrough stuff this morning.
No, we strictly we took off Saturday and Sunday, and like I said, give the kids times with their family and our coaches and all that. But no, today, like I said, we came in about 12:45 and just hit, took ground balls, and trying to get ready for today.
So let's talk about your lineup here today. First of 6 games, and we've got one today, one Tuesday, one Thursday, a Friday game, a doubleheader on Saturday. You've had a couple of days to kind of think about how your pitching will set up. Let's talk about today, where we're going to stand.
Well, we're going to start with Jackson Bees, and Jackson, had a real good outing for us down at the trip, and we're going to give him the nod on the mound, and we've got a couple other guys that we're ready to give them some innings. Tomorrow we got a conference game, and we'll probably have Bratcher and Ryland both ready to go for that one. Of course, all of them are ready at any point for these 2 days. We're probably going to try to keep pitch counts down so that we're ready for the 4 games that we'll have there in 3 days.
Absolutely.
Coming up at the end of the week.
So let's talk about what we saw on last week in Gulf Shores. We played on natural grass. 2 days of our 3 down there on the ball field. How does that play in your hand here today, playing on an all-grass surface here and an all-dirt here in the infield?
Well, it's just something, we brought them early so that we could take ground balls, and then we brought our kids out here to take ground balls out here so that, they get a little look at it. And, that's the thing that was at one point the problem.
Looking at the outfield, very short fence here, something we're not used to.
I hope so, but the big thing is I hope we come out hitting the ball, swinging the bats like we've been doing. And if we come out with the idea that we're going to hit line drives, then, then you have your opportunity to do good stuff from that.
Absolutely. And, of course, looking at our lineup here today, is there anything that's different about your starting lineup here offensively for the Mules?
Not really. It's pretty well been a solid lineup for a while. But like I said, this week with 6 games, there's going to be some opportunities for some guys, and we'll see what happens, once we get, into the week. Where we stand.
Absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity, Coach, to beat Ellington, to continue this win streak, so to speak. In your mind, what's it going to come down to the most?
I think throwing strikes, keeping the ball down, and playing good defense behind our pitcher, and then putting the ball in play.
All right, Coach, go get them. We'll see you guys afterwards. What do you say?
All right.
All right, Coach John David Patillo joining us live on the pregame as we are under the 20-minute mark now until we get ready for the opening pitch. Once again, we are live on not only the radio, but I've got Tim right here beside me as well. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube as well. You can also stream the game, or I should say listen to our audio. We've got a brand new app as well, Today's Talk KWOC. It is live on iOS devices, So if you want to hear the audio, if you need a way to hear the audio, that's another avenue that you now have in our app store, and it's a free app, Today's Talk KWOC. All right, we're going to go to a quick timeout coming up, and when we come back, we will let you know who our starting lineups will be for the Whippets out of Ellington and the Poplar Bluff Mules. We are just getting started. It is Mules baseball coming your way later this afternoon. First pitch coming up at 4:30. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back live in Ellington on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. We are back here live in Ellington. We're coming up at the bottom of the hour. The Mules will take the field. Right now they are doing the infield, outfield. Once again, we appreciate Coach John David Patillo for letting us get complete access once again to not only himself, but the team as well. And coming up here in just a few moments, we will have the opening pitch here. The Mules are going to be the away team, obviously on the scoreboard, wearing their maroon jerseys with the gray pants and the white lettering for the Mules. On the other side, Ellington, they are coming in. You can hear that wind really whipping things around. The wind is blowing in from left field out toward right field here this afternoon. Ellington, they're going to be the home team wearing their orange jersey tops, white pants with the black numbering, and that's where we stand coming up here today as we get set for Mules baseball to come your way here in about 13 minutes. Let's kind of go ahead and kind of talk about the games from this past week over in Alabama. And boy, the Mules had a great run there. 4 games in a row where we were able to take care of business, 6 in a row altogether. And let's go back to Thursday. The Mules had a doubleheader. They took on Boaz, a team out of Alabama. They were ranked number 2 in Class 5 in Alabama. Mules got a 6-3 win in that ball game. Mules got 6 runs on 10 hits, a couple of errors, and Boaz had 3 runs on 7 hits, a couple of errors. Mules blew it open in the 3rd inning, taking the lead from Boaz, would go on to lead 4-3. They would add a run in the 4th and the 5th inning to get the win, and Ryland Season Good, what an outing he had. 5 innings strong, 7 hits, 3 runs, all 3 were earned. He walked 1, struck out 6, and that was a huge difference maker. The Mules getting some big-time run production. Noah Spain, Bryce Dobbs, each having a double in that ball game. Kobe Greenwald would hit a triple, and the Mules left 6 men on base in the first matchup. And then we look to the second game of the doubleheader, and the Mules took on Bradley Barbanas, a team out of Illinois, and the Mules got a 4-3 victory, a walk-off. Mules getting the win. The Mules started Cade Huffman. He would go 3 innings in the ball game. He would give up 4 hits, a couple of runs, 1 earned. He walked 2, struck out 4. Noah Spain would come in and close the door. He would go 2 innings and picked up the win. He would give up 1 hit, 1 run. It was an earned run. He would walk 1, struck out 1 as well. Mules had 4 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. Bradley, meanwhile, had 3 runs on 5 hits and 1 error as well. Mules in that ball game. In the second ball game, Greenwald had a couple of hits, 2 RBIs. In the second matchup of the afternoon, Bryce Dobbs also had a hit, and he would get an RBI as well. Also drew 2 walks in the last game on Saturday, or make that Thursday rather. And the Mules now get ready for a good matchup coming up against Ellington here in just a mere matter of moments. And the Whippets, they come in at 3-2 on the season. Their last game came against Summersville, where they were able to get a 10-5 win in 5 innings. The Whippets would add 15 runs on 10 hits, a couple of errors. The Whippets had 3 runs in the first inning, also 1 run in the second and the third. And the offense really got going in that 4th inning against Summersville. They would add 9 runs in the 4th inning. They would go on to win 15-5. Summersville, meanwhile, just had 4 runs in the 4th, and they would have a run in the 5th inning. The Whippets only gave up 2 hits in the ball game. Hunter Brewer would pick up the win. He would go all 5 innings. He would give up 2 hits, 5 runs, 1 earned. He walked 3, struck out 6. And that was the game against Summersville the last time Ellington took the field. They are coming in 1 game above 500. They are coming in at 3-2 so far this season. The team as a whole averaging about 259 offensively. So far this season, the Whippets have drawn 30 walks as the team, struck out 44 times. And, of course, you look at the Mules, what they've been able to do so far as a team. They are batting .346 as a team, and they would draw so far 47 walks as a team, struck out just 45 times. That is your team numbers here today. We are 9 minutes away from the opening pitch here. The Mules finishing up infield and outfield, and that means we will take the field. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, the Mules have won 6 games in a row. They are coming in 7-2, and we'll see if they can stretch that to number 7 here today in Ellington as we get ready for the first pitch coming your way in less than 9 minutes. We're going to step away for a quick timeout. We'll come right back here. We are live in Ellington. It is Mules baseball. Mules coming your way at the bottom of the hour. You're watching and listening to Mules baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. And we are back here. We are less than 7 minutes away from the opening pitch here this afternoon in Ellington. The Mules looking for their 8th win of the season, and more importantly, they are looking for their 7th win in a row. We're going to find out coming up here. The Mules getting 4 critical wins last week in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Will that carry over to today? That's what we're going to find out coming up here in a mere matter of moments. And speaking of the Alabama trip, we'll talk about this a lot coming up during the course of our ball game. Big shout out to the Big Mules Booster Club. They went above and beyond just like the Baseball Booster Club did. They went out and they made sure that all the transportation was covered. So a big shout out once again to the Mules Booster Club for going above and beyond for the boys here in Poplar Bluff, as they really seem to enjoy their trip last week to Gulf Shores, Alabama. So coming up here today, we are about ready for the opening pitch here. The Mules now going back to their third base dugout, and we will have Mules and we will have Ellington coming your way here at the bottom of the hour. And by the way, just a quick side note here, we are anticipating, and we'll be talking about this a lot coming up here today, we are anticipating the possibility anyway of seeing some severe storms later on today, especially as we get into the later evening hours, into the overnight hours. We are expecting the possibility of strong to, in some cases, severe storms to make their way into southeast Missouri. And if that happens, you hear the four-wheelers in the background. If that does happen, then we are planning on going live later on tonight. Once our game is over, Tim and I will hightail it back to Poplar Bluff. And later on tonight, if it warrants, we'll go live on Facebook and bring you the latest when it comes to the possibility of seeing some strong to, in some cases, severe storms later on tonight. So make sure and stay with us, and we'll bring you everything that you need to know to keep you and your family safe. All right, the Mules getting last moment instructions here. Looks like Coach Tyler Mathis out there with the line here with the Mules. And as far as Ellington, they look loose and they look ready to go, waiting for the umpires here. I believe I see at least one of them, maybe both of them, are making their way into the field as we speak. And we will have at least the opening lineups coming your way. We did talk to Coach John David Patillo before we got started, and his offensive lineup is about where it was last week in Gulf Shores, Alabama. It'll be interesting coming up here today because Jackson Beese is going to get the first start of his season, and he'll be on the mound here this afternoon. So we'll see exactly what that transpires coming up, as that's really the only change that we have here for the lineup this afternoon as the Mules get ready to do battle with Ellington coming up in about 3 minutes from right now. Once again, game time temperature. It is an amazing afternoon, some overcast skies. It is windy at times, 75 degrees here in Ellington, and we are expecting the possibility of seeing some strong to severe storms later on. There is a tornado watch well off to our west. We're going to watch it very carefully. And if things look like it's going to get in our area before we get off the air, we'll make sure and let you know. But as of right now, we believe that we should be able to get this game in with no issues. Coming up on 427, and a couple of guys to watch out for if you're talking about Ellington in the lineup here. Hunter Brewer batting .333 this season, as is McCaden Beck. Both of those guys batting .333, .364. Leading the team right now is Brett Gore, and Nathan Moss also batting .333 as well. Will Rayfield is batting about .308 so far this year. As a team, they've got about 8 extra base hits, 5 doubles and 3 triples. No home runs so far, the Ellington Whippets. And now the Whippets will take the field, and that means it is time for the opening lineups here today. And let's get started. We will begin with the defense here to begin with. And we'll start with the defense here with the Whippets out of Ellington. Out in left field this afternoon, it'll be at number 34, Will Rayfield. In right field, number 20, J.D. White. In center field, number 4, 4, Grant Lloyd. Looking around the horn now, third base, number 7, Hunter Brewer. At shortstop, number 12, Raylon Morrissey. He is a senior on this team. At second base, number 0, Nathan Moss. At first base, number 17, Brett Gore. Behind the plate, McCaden Beck. He wears number 11. On the mound is number 13, Brock Morey. More on him in just a moment. The offensive lineup here for the Mules looks a little like this. Leading off in center field, number 2, Dylan Hall. Batting second at third base, number 18, Kobe Greenwald. Batting third at shortstop, number 11, Noah Spain. Batting cleanup this afternoon at right field, number 16, Cade Huffman. Batting fifth at second base, number 1, Marcus Tabanera. Batting sixth at first base, number 15, Dylan Bratcher. Batting seventh, the DH man here today, Bryce Dobbs, wears number 12. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 4, Miles Johnson. And batting ninth in left field, number 3, Ryland Seasongood. And the pitcher today making his first start this season, it is a 6'2 junior in Jackson Beese. That is your starting lineups here this afternoon. And we will do this offensively and defensively here for the Mules and the Whippets as well. It is almost time for the first pitch. Tim and I got here about 3 o'clock, maybe 2:30 or so. Making his way in, he is very late to the broadcast. My good friend, Brandon Spain, welcome alongside my friend. And I'm ready for some high school baseball. What about you?
I'm extremely excited, glad to finally get here. And you are right, cutting it close. Let's just say that Amanda took us on the scenic route.
Ooh, the scenic route. So we're going to blame Amanda. I like it. Now, she's in the crowd here today somewhere.
Yeah, she's right.
She's
over
way
there.
down there, absolutely. So we'll blame Amanda for the scenic route here. And very interested here as we're going to see Jackson Beese here getting his first start today, making his third appearance overall. And I tell you what, in Gulf Shores, Alabama, that young man did a great job pitching-wise and really earned his mark here, making his first start this season.
Yeah, he really did, and I'm excited for Jackson to get this opportunity. You know, this is going to be a grueling week, and so, you know, we're grateful and thankful that we have the arms to be able to get through a week like this. Obviously, this is the first game of many games to come just over the next 6-7 days. And so, you know, hopefully we'll see him like we saw him in Gulf Shores. And his numbers look great so far, the appearances he had. So I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to bring.
Can we just stop for 1 minute and take a look at our live video feed on Facebook? And Tim is doing a phenomenal job, as always, getting these boys the credit they deserve. Coming in, 6-game winning streak, by the way, on the mound for the Whippets. Brock Morey making his third start here this season. His earned run average is 4.083. He has pitched 12 innings, 16 hits, 10 runs. He has given up 7 of those earned, 7 walks, 6 strikeouts. I'm ready for high school baseball, Brandon. Let's get it done.
Let's get going. Here we go. Dylan Hall getting ready to step in the batter's box.
First pitch coming your way, 4:31. Tim Hicks on the camera. He's Brandon Spain. I'm Frankie Castile. 75 degrees here at game time. Stacy Rommel tuning in on Facebook. Let us know where you're watching and, more importantly, what team you're going for. Hall steps in. Hall this season batting .417. Here is the first pitch of the day. It is up high for a ball. We are underway here in Ellington. 1 ball, no strikes here. Hall batting .417 on the season. He's got 6 RBIs so far this season. Takes the first pitch in there for a ball. The next pitch is outside as well. 2 balls and no strikes. I got to get used to doing the old scoreboard. Last week, only doing radio games. I wasn't doing scoreboard. Doing that here today. Good pitch that time by Morey. 2 balls and 1 strike. Shane Hanley is tuning in. He says, let's go Mules. Hit that share button for us on Facebook. There's a rip, and this one goes down the left field line. Hall is going to be at least on first base. He'll round the bag, and that's where he'll stand. Mules get their leadoff man aboard with nobody out.
Great piece of hitting right there. Put it right down the line. But Dylan's such a
bases on 7 chances, and he's got a good leadoff now on first base. Kobe Greenwald comes up. He is batting .481. Good pitch right down the middle. Strike 1. No balls and a strike here as Kobe Greenwald looks to continue the momentum here. Rita Season Good, it says, let's go Mules. Glad to have you alongside. And if you noticed in the top on second base on the throwing error, they're at first base.
The way that ball kind of took off on that fence, I thought Dylan might look at third base.
I thought he was going to try. Miss Dobbs is tuning in, not able to make it out. So glad that we're able to get the game on video here today, Miss Dobbs. So now the Mules have a runner in scoring position. Greenwald strike. Cloudy afternoon here in Ellington. Going to see some rain later on tonight. Good news is shouldn't be impacting our games today or tomorrow. Back over to second base, not in time. Hall, the ball gets away in center field. They're going to throw to third. Here's the throw. It's in there. Save. Slides underneath the tag. Really? Second error of the inning, and Dylan Hall making him pay.
Yeah, really good throw from the center fielder, though. I mean, he was on target with that, but it took a bounce, and Dylan was able to slide up underneath it. So
Hall is going to wind up on third base now. It's still 1 ball, 1 strike here. Nobody out. Swing and a miss to Colby Greenwald. It is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. You can hear that wind really pick. There's a fly ball. This one out toward right field. J.D. White can't make the catch. It goes to the fence. It'll be at least a double for Colby Greenwald. Yes, it is.
Side pitch. He was able to go with it and take it opposite field. It was a great piece of hitting right there.
So the Mules here with their first run of the ball game. Colby Greenwald, Noah Spain digs in now. Spain batting .368 this season, 5 RBIs, number 6 standing there on second base. Here is the first pitch up high for a ball, 1 ball and flipping around. Colby Greenwald gets the RBI, by the way. Time is called here as Morey steps off the rubber. By the way, if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, we're going to be talking about this all game long in our text. Back over to second base, not in time as Greenwald able to get back. Today's broadcast, by the way, is in memory of a very special lady that we lost over the weekend, Vicki Cato. Known her for a long time. She worked with me at the radio station for a while, passed away over the weekend. Just a great person, all in all. Strike 1 is called. And our thoughts and prayers are with her family right now as she passed away over the weekend. And we'll talk about her during the course of our broadcast. Outside pitch is called a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Brenda Norman is tuning in, watching in Ellington. Glad to have you alongside, Miss Brenda. Mules lead 1-0 here, 2 balls and 1 strike. Inside pitch called a ball, 3 balls and 1 strike.
I thought that one might get him. You know, he's been kind of a ball bank this year.
Yeah, he's definitely allergic to it for sure. This one's popped up. This one out. So it's going to stay in the infield. Raylon Morrissey gets underneath it and makes the catch at shortstop. There is the first out of the inning. So 1 in already and 1 down. Here in the top of inning number 1, Cade Huffman is standing up to the plate now. That last out goes F6. Huffman had a great week in Gulf Shores, Alabama, batting .450 on the year so far. He's got 15 RBIs, and by the way, that's a team lead at 15 RBIs. Takes ball 1 up high, 1 ball and no strikes. Got to be impressed with Huffman here, Brandon, the way he does every at bat.
Yeah, I mean, we know he's hitting in a cleanup spot for a reason. He's a strong kid, strong bat. Like you just said, he's leading in the RBIs. I believe he's also leading in doubles this year as well. So we know he's got a lot of pop, a lot of power right there. And with Colby standing on second base, you can only imagine that 16 may be coming across.
He's got 6 RBIs. Tabanera's got 5. That's how close that category is. Strike 1 is called. 1 ball and 1 strike. So glad to have you tuned in, whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube or just hanging out on the radio with us. Outside pitch taken for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Boy, it's nice to have a side view here behind home plate. We can see the umpire, hear the umpire. He's very vocal here, which is good news. You know what's going on. 1-0 Mules lead early on against the Whippets. Up high, there's another ball, 3 balls and 1 strike here. And Cade Huffman, so far this year, he also leads the team another category in walks. He's got 8 so far.
All right. So
he's ahead here, 3 balls and a strike. And he's able to hold up. Yes, he was, and he draws a 1-out walk, and now the Mules have him on first and second base with only 1 down. And now Marcus Tabanera comes up to the plate. Tabanera, one of those guys who also had a great week last week. Tabanera batting .280 on the season, 11 RBIs. He's also got 5 doubles so far this season. First pitch is called a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Keith Hall is tuning in. Glad you're able to watch here from home, my friend. Connie Mills is tuning in. She says, let's go Whippets. Glad to have you alongside all the way from Texas. Up high for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. And that's what it's about, Brandon. It doesn't matter if you're going for the Whippets or the Mules. We're just glad to be able to put this game live on Facebook and YouTube.
Absolutely. You know, be able to, I mean, it's just great for everyone, whether they're local or grandparents who live away, obviously like my family. So, man, just extremely grateful for Tim and all the work he does and KWOC.
Okay, hold up. Yeah, he's not doing a whole lot of work now. He's sitting there minding his own business. What was that, Tim? He may have the hardest job in this entire area. Good pitch taken that time. Morey come back on a 3-0 count. Called strike, 3 balls and 1 strike. Thank you so much, Roger. Absolutely. We're thinking about her family as we speak. Here's a 3-1 pitch, popped up. Good job by Morey, hanging that one up. The first baseman, Gore, going back to make the catch, and he's able to come up with it. I'm not sure how he was able to hold on to it. Runner's tag from second. Greenwald makes his way to third, and now the Mules have runners on the corners with 2 down in the inning. Greenwald able to get to third base.
That's a really good job by the first baseman to be able to position that and the ball up. I mean, sky high in the wind. They're checking in to see if Kobe left too early, giving a check at second, but the umpire said no, he was all good. So
2 down here in the inning now. Mules have a run already across. Dylan Bratcher comes up, the Mules' first baseman this afternoon. Bratcher is batting .381 this season, 3 RBIs. He's got 4 standing right there on third. First pitch taken downstairs for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes here. 1 ball, no strikes here as Bratcher now up to the plate for the Mules. He is batter number 6 in the inning. Marianne Baker says, let's go Mules. Outside pitch, and here's a throw down. Greenwald did a great job of luring the catcher back to throw down to third. And Huffman ends up, and he's on second base. 2 balls and no strikes now. Mules have him on second and third base. Two balls and no strikes here. Runners on second and third. Time was called there briefly. And now, here we go now as Bratcher steps in with 2 runners on in scoring position. He is batting .222 this season with runners in scoring position. 3 balls and no strikes. Mules here have a golden opportunity, Brandon. 2 on in scoring position at that.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity right now for Dylan, and obviously he's a great hitter for us. And
good pitch.
You know he's going to probably take that one right there with a 3-0 count. So.
But you know what? That's a good pitch to take on a 3-0 count.
Yeah, I mean, he can be picky right now. He can even be picky right now.
3 balls and a strike here.
He's ahead.
First base is open. Morey comes set. Here's a 3-1 pitch inside, and the Mules have them loaded here in the top of inning number 1. And now we're going to see a dangerous hitter coming up, Bryce Dobbs, make his way to the plate. Dobbs had a really good week last week in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Dobbs now batting .280 so far this season, 5 RBIs with runners in scoring position. He is batting .231. He's got a golden opportunity here to drive in some runs, a runner on every base.
Yeah, he really does. And being a right-handed batter, I don't see any field signs. I'm not exactly sure how deep the line is, but it's not extremely deep. He might be able to.
And I think the fence out there is about .280, and there's a 20-foot wall, I think, at the very top, of chain link fence out there in left field.
That was obviously done for a purpose, obviously, but
There's the fly ball.
That may
Speaking
be
of
it.
left field, this one's going back. Rayfield going back to make the catch. Oh, with about maybe 2 feet to spare. Dobbs may have heard you. He tried to go out that direction. Good job by Rayfield.
That was a great piece of hitting. I thought he did it right there.
Well, tell you what, we're going to come back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. The Mules, they leave them loaded. They pick up 1 run here in the top of inning number 1 on a couple of hits and also strand 3 runners. We're back in 30 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling.
So the Mules end up and leave them loaded in the top part of inning number 1. Mules do get a run across here on 30 pitches, and now we will turn our attention to the offensive lineup here for the Whippets, and let's begin here. Leading things off here for Ellington in the home half of inning number 1. It'll be McCaden Beck. He'll be the catcher. Wears jersey number 11. Batting second, it is the pitcher Brock Morey. He is a junior for the Whippets. Batting third at shortstop. Saw him on Saturday night at the big All-Star game. Raylon Morrissey, great athlete. He is a senior playing shortstop. Batting cleanup at first base, number 17, Brett Gore. Batting fifth at third base here this afternoon, Hunter Brewer. Batting sixth at center field, number 4, Grant Lloyd. Batting seventh, it is the left fielder, Will Rayfield. Batting eighth at second base, number 0, Nathan Moss. And batting ninth, he is the right fielder. It is J.D. White. That is your lineup here offensively for the Whippets. Now looking at the defensive lineup here for the Mules. And the Mules here out in left field, Rylan Season Good. At center field is Dylan Hall. In right field, Cade Huffman looking around the horn. At third base is Kobe Greenwald. At shortstop is Noah Spain. At second base, Marcus Tabanera. At first base, Dylan Bratcher. Behind the plate, Miles Johnson. On the mound, making his first start of the season, number 7, Jackson Beese. He is wearing number 7. He has pitched 5 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, 1 earned. He has walked 3, struck out 6. His earned run average is 1.40. So there you go. Those are the numbers here for both teams. And let's get this bottom half of the inning started. What do you say? So now up to the plate here is McCaden Beck. He takes strike 1. He is batting .333 this season, 4 RBIs so far to his credit.
You know, the Mules defense getting a lot of different looks, you know, going up to when we went down to Gulf Shores. You know, they played on an all grass infield and dirt, and now it's an all dirt infield. So getting a lot of different looks for our defense right now when they're used to playing turf at home.
No balls and 2 strikes here. Let us know where you're watching from this afternoon. We want to hear from you, whether you're going for the Mules or the Whippets. Here is the 0-2 pitch by Beese. Fouls it off and stays alive. Good movement here early on by the junior, making his first start this season, but so far 3 pitches in, looks nice and settled.
Yeah, he really does. Looks very, very confident right now. So hopefully that confidence continue on with him, and you know the defense will have his back. And
this one's popped up along the infield. Noah Spain calling everybody off, and he makes the catch there at shortstop. And I know that Brandon's heart dropped just a minute, so did Amanda, but hey, good news. Good play there by Noah Spain.
Always, anytime the ball is hit to your kid, you get a little nervous. So.
Although Amanda's not pacing right now. She's gotcha. And that was your fault, right?
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Brock Morey coming up to the plate now. He is the pitcher here this afternoon. Morey batting .214, a couple of RBIs. Takes ball 1 there. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 down here in the inning. Here is the pitch on the way by Beast. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 the count. Shane Hanley, you're very much welcome, my friend. We are glad to get the Mules back on video. It was tough last week not being able to not being able to stream the games from Gulf Shores, Alabama. How cool would that have been, though, if we were able to make that happen?
Man, it would have been awesome. I mean, I've heard a lot of people talk about they were listening to the games while we were away, and we saw some great competition, some great games, so maybe next time.
Absolutely. 3 balls and 1 strike here as Brock Morey trying to help his own cause down a run. Here is the 3-1 pitch on the way by Beast. This one's ripped out to left field. Going back his season, good. It's going to go to the fence. It'll be a 1-out double as Morey does his job, and that was rocket out there to left field. There was nothing Season Good can do on that one. That was a good hit.
Yeah, it's a great hit right down the line. And, of course, Ryland, I mean, he's got great speed out there. And I thought he might have made a play just the way he was moving at it, but dropped right in front of him.
So now Raylon Morrissey comes up to the plate, batting .200 this season. Tell you what, he's a phenomenal basketball player. Got a chance to watch him play Saturday night at the Big 3 Athletics All-Star Game. Tim and I were there in Van Buren to stream that one. And he put on a show. He put on a show indeed. I'm not sure how tall the young man is, but let me tell you, he got close to dunking it on Saturday night a couple of times too.
That's what I'm talking about.
I tried to challenge him to a dunk contest, then I realized I was way out of my league.
You got a little confident being
little too cocky there too. 2 balls and no strikes.
After that football and bowling performance down in Gulf Shores.
Well, the football performance, Dylan Bratcher let me hear all about it, how I can't catch a football. He's already rubbed that in my face a couple of times. 2 balls and no strikes here. Swing and a miss. Way to come back on the pitch here by Jackson Beast. Miss McLevain, absolutely. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear the kiddos are sick. She is a lovely wife of Coach T-Mac. Get those kids feeling better very, very soon.
She might want to take him out for some Mexican. I understand he likes Mexican quite a bit.
Let me tell you about Coach Mack. You'll love this, Miss Mack. He couldn't find a way to get away from the team to get Mexican, but Brandon and I sure did, and we rubbed it in his face too, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
3 balls and 1 strike here. Morey leads away from second base. Here is the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Beast. Full count now. There's another young man watching all the way from Tennessee. He's mowing the grass, listening to Mules baseball on the headset, and that is Mr. Paul Spain.
Welcome aboard, Dad.
3-2 the count. Here's the payoff. This one's fouled away, and we'll do it again. Morey took off on the pitch, too. He would have had third base for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He got a great jump.
Yeah, he got a great jump on that. And
Dave Williams, glad to have you back, my friend. It's been way too long. We are so glad to be here. Here in Ellington. Big shout out to the head coach. Been here since 2012. There's a ground ball. This one hit sharply to Greenwald. Checks the runner at second, over to first in time.
Great job by Colby right there, keeping the runner at bay at second base and still getting the out at first.
So Morey has to stay put, and now there are 2 down here in the inning with a runner still on second base. Coming up to the plate now is Brett Gord. He is batting .364, very good hitter for the Ellington Whippets. He's got 3 RBIs so far this season. That last out goes at 5-3, and the Mules now still leading by 1. Gore, though, wants to change all that. Here is the first pitch. This one good. Pitch by Beast. That had some movement on it.
It really did. It came in. Great off speed right there. Great pitch and location by Jackson.
Dave Williams, I know he's tuning in. He's the Chief Operating Officer at Poplar Bluff City Police Department in their dispatch center. Does a great job as B steps off the mound. Tell you what, one thing about Dave Williams, one day he'll be working at 6 a.m. and the next day comes in at 10 o'clock at night. That guy can't keep a regular schedule. He's worse than I am. Here is the 0-1 pitch on the way by Beast. Good pitch, yes sir, right down the middle. No balls and 2 strikes. Kendra says that he loves that Mexican. Yeah, well, he was shut out in Mexican down in Gulf Shores. He got some sandwiches though. You should ask him how many sandwiches he ate while he was in Gulf Shores. Here is the 0-2 pitch and time called by the batter Gore. The cleanup hitter in the lineup. Gore, by the way, with runners in scoring position. Gore this season, he is batting so far pretty well, as he is batting .250 with runners in scoring position. No balls and 2 strikes. Here is the 0-2 back to second base as B steps off the mound. The runner slides back in with no problem. Great ball game here underway in the first inning here in Ellington. Mules lead it 1-0. Make sure and hit that share button for us on social media. Outside pitch over to third base. It goes over the head, and Morey is going to walk in. Nope, he swung and missed.
Oh, wow.
I didn't see. I thought he held up.
I did too.
So it's going to be a strikeout anyway, and the Mules get out of the inning. So way to go, Mules. We'll come back in 1 minute as Poplar Bluff, they lead this 1-0. No runs on 1 hit, a runner left on second, or make that third base. The Mules lead 1-0 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
You're in the zone with Baldwin Toyota. Today's spotlight is a 2023 Toyota RAV4. Grab your teammates for the ultimate ride. The 2023 Toyota RAV4 offers a spacious interior and configurable cargo space. Now you can carry all your gear for the big game.
That's right. And with the RAV4's all-wheel drive technology, you can effortlessly tackle any terrain.
Get in the game and visit Baldwin Toyota and experience the 2023 Toyota RAV4 for yourself. And now back to Mules action.
No, Brandon, we are back here in the second inning, and guess what I brought alongside for the trip here to Ellington? I missed out last week in Gulf Shores, Alabama, but it's back today.
What you're going to bring out right now. I bet it's in a bottle, and I bet it's green.
It is green indeed. Boy, I missed those things last week in Gulf Shores, let me tell you.
I know. I was thinking to myself when I was there, I'm not going to bring it up because I'm scared he's going to have withdrawals, but he's definitely, missing that.
So now Miles Johnson, this one pops it up, and it's going to get out of play behind us. No balls and 1 strike here as we begin at the top of inning number 2. Mules here down a strike here. So no balls and 1 strike here. Oh, he bunted it. Didn't mean to, excuse me, swing, and it's going to end up being a base runner on first base as Morey could not field it cleanly, and Miles Johnson was more surprised he got that one down for a moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's an inside pitch right there. He kind of got hung up on the inside, tried to draw back, but it caught just the right there on the inside of the bat, and it rolled fair. I mean, that's why you got to be moving at all times.
I didn't think it was going to stay fair, to be honest with you.
I didn't either, but good job by Miles to run that out. So
he hustled all the way, and now Ryland Season Good comes up to the plate now for the Mules. Season Good batting .417 on the year. He's got 3 RBIs. Back over to first base. This one gets away, and he will take off. Cameron Settle came in to run for the catcher. Settle winds up on second base.
I think it hit him. I think it hit him in the back, sliding in right there. Umpire's checking on him.
He says he's okay. So Cameron Settle rather is going to end up, and he will be on second base now. So Settle comes in as a courtesy runner, and he pops this one up out toward left field as Rayfield goes over to make the catch. Settle is going to stay put on second base.
That's warning track power right there.
Absolutely.
He kind of got underneath it just a little bit and missed it, but now we're back to the top of the lineup with 1 out, and Dylan Hall getting ready to do his thing. So
Mules not wasting any time at the plate here. They're swinging, they're being very aggressive here at the plate. Hall now, he has singled and scored. 1 down here in the top of inning number 2. As Hall now comes up entering today's game. .417 on the season. Swing and a miss. And now we are underway here with his at bat here in the second inning. Thank you, Roger. Appreciate that, my friend. I think it's going to get, especially up your way, it's going to get interesting tonight for sure. Strike two is called. No balls and 2 strikes.
Good curveball right there.
Linda Hall is tuning in from home tonight. Also, Lynn Sawyer is tuning in. He says, let's go Ellington. Gilberto is tuning in. This one's fouled off the plate, and we'll do it again. It's still no balls and 2 strikes. Big crowd here. I can tell the crowd has really missed our streaming the games here. A lot of folks tuning in. Got Greg Bell right here behind me as well. He's excited about Mules baseball, making that trip all the way down to Gulf Shores last week. This one's popped up by Hall. Counted him on the inside. Maury calls everybody off, and he makes the catch. Good play by Maury. And 2 down here in the inning. That was a nice pitch by Maury to go inside. Jammed him.
Yeah, really jammed him up right there, and Dylan got underneath it. But Colby Greenwald looking to do what he does and get us started on a 2-out rally.
He got an RBI base hit his first time. So now as Maury takes a look back at Cameron Settle, goes up the middle for a base hit, and they're going to wave him home. Here comes your throw. Oh my goodness, what a good throw. Now they're going to go to second base. It's going to go over the head of the second baseman, and now the relay in. Cameron will score.
Wow. Overthrow to second, back home. Just a little long toss right there.
So a base hit here by Greenwald. And Greenwald will end up, and he will go to second base on the overthrow, and then Settle is going to end up and score as well. Couple of errors here in the inning. So now Johnson, who did reach on an error, Settle comes in to score for him. And this one by Noah Spain has popped up. This one's going down the third base line, and it's going to get out of play. Boy, that was a nice hustle there by J.D. White in right field. I mean, that guy was going about a 0 to 60 in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, he was moving.
Good speed indeed. Just ran out of real estate there down the first base line.
Bad thing is, because we're underneath this cover, which I'm not complaining about, I just couldn't see where the ball was. I was just trying to judge him.
Up high for a ball that time. A 1 ball and a 1 strike here to Noah Spain. 2 down in the inning. Mules here with a 2-0 lead. They have scored 2 runs. 2-1 the count now. Ball 2 taken inside. Roger Faith letting me know a tornado watch issued in the northern parts of southeast Missouri. We're going to watch that all night. 2-0 the score here in Ellington. This one taken out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thank you so much, Miss Dobbs. We appreciate that so much. She's sending some stars our way, Tim. Mainly because of you, I'm sure. You're charming. Here is the 2-2 pitch on the way. This one jammed him inside, down the line. Moss comes up with it at second base, over to first, and got him at first base. Good play by Moss, and the inning will come to a close. Mules leave a runner, 1 run on 1 hit. It took just 13 pitches. We are going to the bottom of the inning. Mules now lead 2-0. Back in a minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
This is Brenda Holmes with PB Realty Donovan Office. We are Ripley County's leader in every category of real estate. We can help you with residential, farm and land, river cabins, and commercial properties. Call us at 996-5153 or stop by our office at 304 East Highway Street between Quick Connection and North End Motel. Let's talk about how we can help you with all of your real estate needs. Or call me, Brenda Holmes, at 573-707-0741.
So far in the ball game, the Mules have ended up stranding 4 base runners through 2 innings, but they lead 2-0 coming up here for the Whippets. It is 5, 6, and 7. It'll be Hunter Brewer, Grant Lloyd, and Will Rayfield. If anybody gets on base, Nathan Moss is going to bat 4th in the inning. Mules lead 2-0 here live in Ellington. So glad to have you alongside. We do owe you a legal ID. We're going to take a 10-second legal ID on the radio following this first pitch here by Jackson Beese to the leadoff man, Hunter Brewer, the third baseman for the Whippets. Beese comes set, and here is the pitch. Called a strike on the inside part of the plate. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. We're still here on the video. This is for the radio 10-second legal ID. This one's popped straight up. Pitch taken up high, and this one's going to go out of play. It'll be a foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes here. To the leadoff man, Hunter Brewer, the third baseman. You can hear that wind really, really going here today. Not nearly as bad, though, as what we had back in Gulf Shores last Monday. Last Monday was pretty intense.
Nowhere close. A ball goes up over second, ends up at third.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting for sure. Swing and a miss, and there is the first out of the inning. What a pitch by Jackson Beese, his second strikeout of the ball game.
Yeah, great pitch, great location right there. He had him right where you wanted him, and great job.
Grant Lloyd coming up to the plate now. Lloyd batting .286 on the season, 6 RBIs here to this season so far through their first 5 ball games. Outside pitch, taking a ball. This one, 1 ball and no strikes. Guess who else is tuning in this afternoon, Brandon?
I have no idea.
You know who I'm talking about. Grandma Jackie is tuning in back in Poplar Bluff. Never misses a Mules game.
Number one fan.
Number 1 fan. She told me if we would have lost that last game on Thursday, I was going to ban you from the airwaves.
Well,
it was a walk-off hit, so you're back here today.
I wouldn't doubt. I mean, that's all right.
Keith Porter is tuning in. Terry Bratcher is tuning in. Love to see all of our Mules fans tuning in this afternoon on a Monday. Swing and a miss, and 3 straight punch-outs here for Mr. Beese, and there is your second out of the inning. Will Rayfield coming up to the plate now for the Whippets. Rayfield this season batting .308. He's got 1 RBI, 4 base hits. John Scott tuning in back in Poplar Bluff. Glad to have him alongside. In case you don't know, Mr. Scott, Brandon, does a great job in football and basketball. He'll be joining me coming up in the fall time for football.
Yeah, I never really get to go and watch that live when y'all are doing it because I'm on the other side of the field from you. But
well, let me tell you, he is a hoot, and he keeps the games very interesting all the time.
I have heard that.
2 balls and no strikes here. 2 down in the inning. Inside pitch. Good pitch indeed.
Where you got your mic set up at?
Over there by the Mules crowd, of course.
Huh.
It's facing the dugout though.
Yeah, I was like
3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 the count here. So you know who that's coming from over there on the other side.
Yeah.
Good pitch, full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 the count here. 2 down in the inning. Tim Funky with Air Solutions says, go get 'em Mules. Big Mules fan there. Ground ball to Noah Spain. Spain picks it up on the hop and over to first base. Not in time. A high throw. Good job by Miles Johnson there to back him up. Bratcher there able to go over and shake his hand there real quick. Good sportsmanship there. Runner on first base. 2 down in the inning. So here we go now. Runner on first base with nobody, or make that 2 down in the inning. And Nathan Moss now comes up to the plate. Runner leads away. This one fouled away. No balls and 1 strike here. Coming up in the top of inning number 3 for the Mules, Poplar Bluff will have a 4, 5, and 6. Kate Huffman going to lead things off. Drew Cooper's mom is cheering on the Mules. Miss Misty Cooper, glad to have you alongside. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here is the 0-1 pitch on the way by Beast. Up high, there's a throw down to second, a low throw. Good job by Rayfield, able to slide in under the tag. It is 1 ball and 1 strike, and a runner on second base. 2 down here in the inning. 1-1 the count here. Casey, or make that not Casey. Casey's in the dugout. I was going to say Jackson Beast out there. Casey Beast, of course, our pitching coach. T-Mac, one of our assistant coach. Tyler Mathis, our first base coach. Home plate umpire, or I should say the third base home plate umpire got in the way. This one's going to go out toward the outfield. Here comes a throw in, and the relay is going to be safe as Rayfield is able to come in and score. So now it is a 2-1 ball game as Rayfield comes in to score. So Rayfield is able to come in to score. On the air by the Mules, and now it is a 2-1 ball game with nobody on. It is a 2-1 count.
You know, this is where mental toughness really comes in. You got a couple things that don't go your way, and you gotta flush and say, hey, next pitch, let's go. And we've seen the Mules do that, so we know they're capable of doing that. So they just gotta lock in right here and forget about what's already happened.
Good pitch inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes here. Three balls and 2 strikes here. This one's popped straight up and out toward center field. Dylan Hall goes over to make the catch, and the inning will come to a close. Well, 1 run comes in to score on an error on 21 pitches. We go to the top of inning number 3. It is a 2-1 ball game. Huffman, Tabanera, Brancher, all coming up when we come back on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Patriot Auto Glass offers chip repair or glass replacement. They provide fast quality service done by experienced technicians. Ask about our veteran and first responder discounts. Call Patriot Auto Glass today at 573-840-5027. And remember, Patriot Auto Glass will come to you.
Four, 5, and 6 all due up here in the inning. Cade Huffman will lead us off here in the top of inning number 4 for the Mules. Huffman, so far today, he walked back in the first, and he was stranded as well. All right, so coming up now, Mr. Huffman is looking to get things going here in the inning for the Mules. And we'll see here what he can do here, the leadoff man here in the third. Here is your first pitch. This one's taken opposite field. This one out toward left field. And Rayfield played it just right. 1 pitch and 1 down as he goes the opposite field for the first out.
Yeah, I still like that coming out, first pitch swinging. I like it.
So one down here in the third inning, and Marcus Tabanera, who popped out to the pitcher his last time. He is up to the plate now for the Mules. Tabanera here looking to get on base with a one down and takes the first pitch inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 the count here. Hit that share button for us if you haven't done so already on Facebook. Love to have everybody alongside. 2 balls and no strikes there to the catcher, or I should say second baseman, Marcus Tabanera. Tabanera this season batting .280 so far this season. This one's popped up towards center field. Lloyd, it's in the gapper there. This one's going to fall in. It'll be a double, so Tabanera, his 6th double of the season. Good shot by Tabanera. Boy, that guy is great on finding the open space in the outfield. And he's got himself a 1-out double.
Yeah, Marcus is a really good hitter. You know, he freshman last year, and I mean, he was a solid hitter last year. Just looked really good and even stronger this year as a sophomore, and adds to that double total. So.
And now Dylan Bratcher comes up to the plate now for the Mules. Bratcher, he walked also back in the first inning. So now Morey takes a look at the runner in scoring position. Up high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. With a runner on second base, Mules lead at 2-1. Trying to get some insurance out there. Morrissey trying to hold him on. Boy, good job by Morrissey. Nearly applied the tag.
That's a good move.
That was a great move. Morrissey able to apply the tag, but Tabanera just slides back. Morrissey dropped the ball anyway. So now Tabanera knows that Morey has that quick move to second base. There's a fly ball. This one out toward left field. Rayfield underneath it. Tabanera going to hold up. Boy, Rayfield playing his position in left very well today.
Yeah, he really is. And because we kind of do have a short fence today, the outfield is not as large, obviously, and so they're able to make some movements and get there.
So another out to Rayfield. 2 down in the inning. Runner on second base. Bryce Dobbs comes up to the plate now. Dobbs popped out to Rayfield his first time. Coming in the ballgame batting .280. Takes the first pitch inside for a ball. 2 down here in the inning. So far here in the ballgame, Rayfield, he has been involved in 4 outs. Good pitch. That one had some movement. Started up high and worked its way back down. A 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, really good pitch right there.
So 1-1 the count here. As Dobbs here digs in, trying to bring home that runner from second base. 2 balls and 1 strike. We are in the top of inning number 3. Mules lead at 2-1. Big crowd watching us on Facebook and on YouTube here tonight, or this afternoon rather. Glad to have you alongside on the radio as well. Swing and a miss, and the count is even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Connie says, let's go Marcus. Abby Wilson is tuning in. She says she is hashtag big country girl fan. Or no, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. It's big country fangirl. Dobbs goes to the left field. This one's going, and it is gone.
That a kid.
So Bryce Dobbs, he goes deep. We talked about it, a 2-run homer, and Dobbs gives the Mules a 4-1 lead.
He also gives a gift to the people sitting on their front porch.
Yes, he does.
That's where it went.
That one over the monster wall out there in left field. Mules clear the bases, and they lead 4-1. How about that, Nate? I know Nate's here in attendance watching right now.
I think Nate is making his way down there to
I bet he is, and I don't blame him.
Home run right there.
His first high school home run, and we are a part of it. Boy, that's awesome.
That a boy, Bryce.
Mules now lead 4-1 as Dobbs goes yard. So now the first pitch called a strike here as Johnson is going to pop it straight up right back to Morey, and Morey has it for the second out. So 2 down here in the inning, or that was the last out rather, as Morey makes that third out. So the Mules end up scoring 2 runs on a couple of hits, leaving nobody on base. It took 13 pitches. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and currently right now it is a 4-1 lead. Mules lead it. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500.
Maverick Glass offers repair of automotive, commercial, and residential glass, including mobile repair services. From a chipped windshield to a custom glass shower, remember Maverick Glass. Thank you for making Maverick Glass the area's leading glass company for more than 30 years.
Here's a quick and easy test to see if you need new tires. Insert a penny upside down, and if you see the top of Honest Abe's head, your tread is too low. If you don't, you're good to go.
So Dobbs goes yard in that last inning at Mr. Spain, and now the Mules lead it by a score of 4-1, and that one really had no trouble clearing that 20-foot fence out there.
No, as soon as he hit it, I knew it was a no-doubter for sure, and I think everybody here pretty much did. And Nate, his dad, has just retrieved that ball, making his way back here, and I'm definitely betting that's going to go in the trophy case at home.
You should go up behind him and try to steal it from him. See what he does.
Nate's quite a bit bigger.
I was going to say he'll chase you down.
You know, so I'll let him keep it.
You know, Bryce is a great kid, and, you know, he struggled earlier this year, but ever since the Gulf Coast Classic, I mean, we kind of seen him coming out of his shell a little bit, and that is already carrying over to today here in the early going.
Absolutely, and I think that was starting to get in his mind a little bit, and he's made some adjustments, and now that confidence is definitely rising, and you know it's got to be extremely high right now. So,
boy, Miss Dobbs is tuning in here, and I know that she's excited. Grandma tuning in today, and seeing Dobbs hit his first career home run here in high school. We're so glad to be a part of it. No balls and a strike here. Brooke Dobbs also is tuning in, likes what she sees by Bryce. Here is the 0-1 pitch inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. You know, Tim and I were talking, and we're going to try to stream as many games going forward as we can. I see Nate over there with that ball. He's clinching it pretty hard.
Yeah, and he's got his phone out. I think he's trying to sell it on eBay.
It's going for $1,000 right now. 1 ball or 2 balls and a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike here. I'd like to get Nate on a mic over here, but that's never going to happen. He already told me once before. Swing and a miss.
Great pitch right there.
2 balls and 2 strikes here. J.D. White, the 9-hitter, his first at bat here today. J.D. White coming in the ball game. He is averaging, looking for his first hit of the season. Swing and a miss. He is down on strikes. 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. So now we are back to the top of the lineup here. That is the 4th strikeout by Jackson here, Jackson Beese. And now we are back to the top of the lineup, McCaden Beck. He grounded or popped out the shortstop his first time. Terry says, way to go, Bryce. 1 down here in the inning. Tell you what, I know Ellington down by 3 runs right now, but you got to give them all kinds of credit. They are battling every single at bat, and especially on defense.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they're not out. They're
Absolutely
not.
So. I got no problem with the way they're playing right now. They're here to win. It's a home game for this Whippet team. Outside pitch taken for a ball. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Season good out in left field. Dylan Hall in center, and Cade Huffman out in right. Third base is Kobe Greenwald. Shortstop is Noah Spain. Marcus Tabanera, and second, there's a ground ball. This one right to Greenwald, but it's going to be a hard hit. It's going to wind up in the outfield. That was a smash there to third base. That was a wicked hop as well.
Yeah, like I said, you know, playing on an all-dirt infield is definitely different. You got to learn, you know, make your adjustments and read it differently than you do on turf. So
they're going to give that one a base hit. That was a hard hit ball. It took a wicked hop as well. So now a runner on first base with 1 down. And Brock Morey, he doubled his first time. And they've got a runner on first base now. McCaden Beck, rather. He is dancing around. He took off, too. He's got to get back to first base. Bratcher makes the catch, and there's nobody at first. But Beck was able to get back to make the play there at first.
Cade Huffman recognized that nobody was at first base. He was running in from right field trying to cover the bag for him just in case, but runner was already back. But great job, heads-up baseball by
Absolutely.
Our right fielder Cade Huffman right
Two
there.
down in the inning. That one ends up going F3 on the out. And there are 2 down here in the inning. And Raylon Morrissey grounded out to third base his last time. He is up now with 2 down and a runner on first base. 2 away here in the third. Back over to first. Good throw back by Jackson Beast, not in time. So coming up for the Mules in the home half, it'll be 9-1-2. All due up. Season Good will lead us off. By the way, there'll be 3 innings coming up of JV action following the varsity here tonight, here in Ellington. I should say this afternoon. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. No balls and a strike here. Our ball game is proudly presented by Senator Jason Bean, Maverick Glass, Edmondson Warren, and Holt Legal Services, Air Solutions, Larry Hillis Dodge, and Eye Care Specialist. So now as Jackson Beast comes set on the mound, throws it in, outside pitch is a ball down to second base and got him. What a throw by Miles Johnson on a bang-bang play, and the side is retired. We are going to the top of inning number 4. The Mules still lead 4-1. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Imagine playing sports, reading, or driving without needing contact lenses or glasses. The eye LASIK procedure at Eye Care Specialists could be the answer to help you improve your vision. Call Eye Care Specialists to schedule a free screening.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is now a certified dealer for Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Kevin's Auto is also a full-service garage from brakes and oil changes to electrical and AC. Don't forget they also offer custom muffler work. It's Kevin's Auto and Tire, located on Cravens Road in Poplar Bluff.
What a bang-bang play there at second base as Poplar Bluff now gets out of the inning, and we go to the top of inning number 4 now, and the Mules with a lead. They lead this ball game 4-1. What an arm by Miles Johnson here in this ball game.
Yeah, that's a great shot by Miles right there. Great job by Marcus covering the bag, and I mean, it was right there, and I mean, he had him beat by a mile.
So now here we go now as Ryland Season Good digs in for the Mules. So glad to have you alongside no matter where you're watching from today. We are just so thankful to have you alongside. Mules lead this game a score of 4-1. Mules got a run in the first and second inning, and they got 2 last inning with a 2-run homer by Bryce Dobbs to make it a 4-1 game. So now the Mules here as we approach the 5:30 mark here. Poplar Bluff looking to continue to add on to the score here as they lead by a score of 4-1. Season Good digs in, popped out to Rayfield his first time out in left field. He is 0 for 1 so far, entering the game with an average of .417. Don't forget, later on tonight, on a side note here, we're going to talk a little bit about the weather really quick. If we do get any severe weather, we'll be live, or I'll be live. I'll have to leave here and get home and get reset up here, Brandon, to bring severe weather coverage. Marty Hampton, my good friend, tuning in, says you're doing a great job, Tim. Keep it up. Let me tell you, Marty, he's got his feet propped up on the bleachers back here, not really doing a whole lot of much. That is a true statement, and you know it. He's like, hey, if I get paid to do nothing, why not? Here's the pitch on the way. Good job by Season Good. Got a good bunt to third base. Brewer up with it and safe at first.
Great job.
Boy, he just laid that one down and took off like a shotgun out of the box.
He hardly even squared that up. He kind of just brought it around and stuck the barrel out there and put it right down the third baseline. Of course, with Ryland's speed, I mean, he gives himself a great chance. So lead off on. Now we're back to the top of the lineup right here with Dylan Hall.
So now at first base here as Season Good gets a base hit here, a bunt single. Season Good now with his 6th base hit of the season. He is now on first base with nobody out. He takes off. Here is your throw down. He'll be safe. If that would have been on target, I think Season Good would have been out.
Yeah, catcher had a great pop time right there.
He sure did.
And, just a little off target. And
so now it is no balls and a strike. Miss Kathleen Patillo is tuning in. Glad to have her alongside today. Barb Neely is tuning in as well. Good pitch. This one just misses a little bit inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count here. Mules lead 4-1. They've got a runner on second base now with nobody out. Good pitch again. That one by Maury. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here as Dylan Hall is 1 for 2. He is singled and popped out to the pitcher his last time. This one popped up. He jammed him. He's going to get out of play, and we'll do it again. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Good job right there by Dylan battling that off. 2-strike approach right there. Anything close, you got to be kind of swinging on that. So good job by him to keep himself alive.
Absolutely. 1 ball, 2 strikes here as Dylan Hall trying to get on base here. Runner on second base, nobody out. Swing and a miss, and there is your first out of the inning. So 1 down here in the top of inning number 4. First strikeout of the ball game here for Brock Maury. 1 down. Kobe Greenwald steps in. He has been on base twice, 2 base hits. Last time went right up the gut, up high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
He does that again. I wouldn't be surprised to try to take a chance with
I think he'll turn
Ryland.
on one. Yes, he will. 1 ball, no strikes here. Outside pitch, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Want to give a big shout out here to the administration for the Whippets here, allowing us to come up here and set up. Good pitch. Would it come back on that pitch? Jake Heim, by the way, is the head coach. 2 balls and a strike. The assistant coach is Tyler Owen. Heim has been here since 2012 as the head coach. Ball taken inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Last season, the Whippets came to Poplar Bluff and got a 7-6 win over the Mules. Mules lead 4-1 here. 3 balls and a strike here. John Plum Sr. is tuning in. Glad to have him alongside the class of 57. He said, great team this year, boys. Keep it up. 3 balls and a strike here. Maury looks back at the runner at second base. Here's the pitch. Outside. Mules have him on first and second base. This guy coming to the plate right now, he looks familiar to me, Brandon. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah, Noah Spain going to step up to the plate here in just a minute. We got a mound visit by the Whippets, and
I like how you took that and got real serious all of a sudden. No joking around when Brandon, or I should say when Noah's batting. It's all business.
Yeah.
Now visit by Coach Heim. 4-1 the score as Noah Spain coming up. He is batting .368 this season coming in the ball game. He is batting .364 with runners on second and third base. We've got 1 down here in the inning.
Definitely like to see that number go up right now.
And now we'll see what the Mules here are going to do with a runner on first and second base. Poplar Bluff now on first base is Kobe Greenwald. Season Good on second. Season Good led off the inning with a bunt hit to third base. And then Greenwald, he would pick up on the season his 4th walk of the year. And now Noah Spain is coming up to the plate now with runners on first and second base. Spain now here in the ball game. He is 0 for 2 so far. He has popped out the shortstop, and he has grounded out to second base as well. Here's the first pitch. Double steal and safe at third. Great steal by Season Good and by Greenwald.
Yeah, great job right there. Both guys moving. Both got a great jump. Got
So both get a stolen base here. Takes away the double play ball. Spain now no balls in a strike. 2 runners in scoring position. This one pops straight up. This one out toward the grass. It's going to fall in for a base hit. 1 run's going to come in. A wild throw. And now here comes Greenwall. Greenwall is safe. And Spain is going to end up on third base. So 2 more runs that come across, and Spain does his job and gets an RBI base hit.
Good job right there by every Mule player. Noah doing his job, and heads up base runner right there by the Mules right there. You know, being able to track the ball and make a good judgment on getting across the plate. And now we got Noah standing on third, and Cade Huffman, again, as everyone knows, a big power bat right now for the Mules. So let's drive in another one, 1 out.
So 2 more come in to score. Spain will get credit for 1 RBI on that last play. And now Huffman coming up to the plate. Well, a nice hit. I know you were excited about that hit. I'm sure Papa Spain, or I should say Papa Paul, is happy back in Tennessee as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Papa Spain, that's what he called his granddad, so he'd probably be honored that you called him that.
Well, I'm glad he's not mad about that. I didn't know for a second.
No, but
2 balls and no strikes here as Spain digs away from third base. Huffman is 0 for 1. He has walked and he has popped out. Good pitch, just enough of the plate to call the strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Good pitch by Maury.
That's a good pitch, catching that outside corner right there.
I know Tim's mom is tuning in on Facebook. She says, Tim, work a little bit harder. Strike 2 is called. 2-2 the count.
She said, I raised you better than that, boy.
That's right, she did. She said, get those feet down. Oh, she had a birthday. When was her birthday? First day of spring. Well, happy late birthday, Mrs. Hicks.
Oh, look at Coach Tyler over there showing them fielding skills right there.
Miss Mathis, you got to be proud of Tyler over there on first base. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count here to the 6'5" sophomore. This one taken to first base on the hop, and Gore is going to end up stepping on the bag, but a run will come in to score. Good job there by the Mules as Spain able to come in. It'll be an RBI given to Huffman as Spain makes this a 7-1 ball game. So 7-1 now the score. And the Mules now have 2 down and nobody on. So now Tabanera, who doubled his first time, comes up to the plate. First pitch, a swing and a miss. He is down a strike.
Good cut, though.
So 2 down here in the inning. Mules here not leaving anybody on base so far. They lead 7-1 now. Here in the top of inning number 4. 1 ball and 1 strike to Marcus Tabanera. Miss Mathis is tuning in. She is happy to see when the boys are being aggressive. This one to center field for a base hit. Boy, Tabanera, another big hit for this young man, his second of the ball game. Mules have a runner on first base with 2 down.
Yeah, great piece of hitting right there, right back up the middle, right over the second base bag, and put himself on first base and give Big Country an opportunity right here to get him across.
I know Miss Abby Wilson tuning in back in Bluff as well. By the way, 3, 4, and 5 due up for Ellington, home half of the 4th. It'll be Morrissey, Gore, and Brewer. Bratcher swing and a miss. He is down a strike. By the way, speaking of Bratcher, I thought about this. The big mega raffle coming up. We are very, very close now. 12 days out from the big mega raffle coming up on April 13th. So many great prizes up for grabs. Tickets on sale, $5 a piece, or get 5 tickets for $20. No balls and 2 strikes here. Several great prizes up for grabs. The businesses in Poplar Bluff doing a great job of stepping up for a big fundraiser for the Mules baseball team.
Yeah, it's a great fundraiser that they've done each year. And
there's a ground ball hit sharply to the second baseman. Moss over to first base in time. and that'll be how this inning will come to a close. The Mules add some more runs. They get 3 runs on 3 hits and an error. A man left on first base. We are going to the bottom of the inning right now, and the Mules lead 4-1. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling.
You're in the zone with Baldwin Toyota. Today's spotlight is a 2023 Toyota RAV4. Grab your teammates for the ultimate ride. The 2023 Toyota RAV4 offers a spacious interior and configurable cargo space. Now you can carry all your gear for the big game.
That's right. And with the RAV4's all-wheel drive technology, you can effortlessly tackle any terrain.
Get in the game and visit Baldwin Toyota and experience the 2023 Toyota RAV4 for yourself. And now back to Mules action.
All right, so we are back as we get ready for the bottom of the 4th inning right now. The Mules have a lead of 7-1, and for Poplar Bluff, they've scored 1 run in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 3 right here in the 4th inning. Morrissey, Gore, and Brewer all due up.
Yeah, big opportunity right now for the Mules to try to go 3 up and 3 down, and bats really started to come alive right there, being able to push 3 across, and so Ellington's got kind of a meat of their lineup coming up right here too. So a lot of power. So they're gonna have to. Mules are gonna have to stay heads up baseball right now.
By the way, just so you know, on that mega raffle coming up on April 13th, Roger Burton says, Brandon, he needs tickets.
Oh, well, he can stop by.
He's not doing his job, Roger. I apologize for that.
He can stop by my office and I have some in my office. He can stop by and purchase those anytime he wants.
All right, so there you go. We are in at the bottom of inning number 4. No balls and a strike here to Raylon Morrissey. This one in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll get you some of those tickets, Mr. Burton. Thank you so much here for tuning in, my friend. Glad to have you alongside today. So Morrissey grounded out to third base his first time. Also got some information to pass on to you on a big outing coming up with golf. 2 balls and 1 strike. Just got that from Mama Bratcher as well, always taking care of us here. The Poplar Bluff Mules baseball team fundraiser golf tournament coming up on April 20th, a week after the mega raffle. And it's going to be 3 balls and 1 strike here. Sign-ups are at 11:30 in the morning and tee off at 12:30. $65 per person. Swing and a miss. Way to come back on that pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Also, it's $260 for a 4-man or woman team. They're looking for teams to sign up for the tournament or even a whole sponsor. If your business is interested in maybe being a whole sponsor or maybe putting together a team, still time to do that. And Morrissey draws a walk. It is the first walk issued of the ball game here by Jackson Beast.
And if I'm correct, that tournament is at the city course, if I'm correct, there in Poplar Bluff.
Well, let me look and make sure that is correct. Yes, you would be correct. Had to make sure that was right. For more details, call Deanna Bratcher at 573-429-9062 with more details. Back over to first base, not in time. You can hear the Ellington. You got to give them credit, man. They are fired up for sure.
Yeah.
So now coming up to the plate now, Brett Gore down on strikes his first time. Here is the pitch. This one fouled away. No balls and 1 strike. So no balls and 1 strike here. We have been on the air a little over an hour now here in the ball game. 1 hour, 11 minutes. So now Jackson Beast now gets a look back at the runner at first base. Here is the 0-1 pitch. They're going to test Johnson again, and this time Morrissey just too quick. He is safe in. 1 ball, 1 strike, and Morrissey now with a stolen base, and he is on second base now with nobody out. You can hear the wind once again whipping around right into the crowd mic. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner on second base now. Beast looks back at second. Here's the pitch. This one is popped up to the right fielder. Huffman giving chase, and this one is going to get just foul.
Barely foul.
Woo!
You couldn't get much closer to the
That was close. That was close. Long foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I didn't think it was going to hook foul.
Even the umpire said it didn't look like it was going to hook foul, but that wind's carrying it. That wind had a hand in that one for sure.
We saw that all last week.
We saw that in Gulf Shores every day, it seemed like. So now here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Here is the 1-2 pitch on the way. Runner leads away from second. Downstairs for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. So now as Beast comes set now, our ball game brought to you by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, and Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, down on strikes. One away. Good pitch by Jackson. That is his 5th strikeout of the ball game. Uh-oh. Is that Rocky Balboa?
Where's Rocky coming from?
So now Hunter Brewer steps in, the third baseman, and we're going to get a mound visit here by Coach Patillo. Jackson Beast now on pitch number 63. And at this point, he has pitched the gym. He's got 5 strikeouts, only 1 walk, and Coach Patillo out to talk with him. Miles Johnson walks out there as well. The Mules, by the way, here today, they've got 7 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. The Whippets, meanwhile, they've got 1 run on 3 hits and 6 errors in the ball game. And we might see a pitching change. I believe we will. Looks like Dylan Hall now is going to be the new pitcher for the Mules. Tell you what, Jackson Beast here has pitched a great ball game. 62 pitches rather here in the ball game. He has pitched 3 1/3 innings. He has given up here today he's only walked 1 batter, struck out 5.
Yeah, great outing today.
Great outing
Beast.
indeed.
I mean, he looked very confident and comfortable up there.
Beast did a wonderful job on the mound today. So now that means I believe Dylan Hall now is going to get his first pitching here of the season. We'll give you his numbers from last season when we come back. Let's take a minute timeout. We'll come right back, and we'll talk about Dylan Hall, the new pitcher for the Mules, in 60 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. So on the mound here is Dylan Hall getting his first pitching of the season. Last year he pitched 4 1/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, a couple of runs. Both were earned. He walked 6, struck out 2, had an earned run average last season of 3.231. it'll be interesting here to see Dylan Hall on the mound instead of in center field here in the ball game.
Yeah, he's definitely obviously a lot more comfortable out in center field, but this is a great opportunity for him.
He can pitch too.
Yeah, he can. I mean, Dylan's going to come in. He's going to probably just throw you strikes. And this winter, him and Noah, they were working out. I was with them, and I said, Dylan, you want to throw a bullpen? And he said, no. And I said, you might need to because Mules might need you this season. So he threw one, and that's the only one he threw all winter.
So, by the way, the other substitutions here in the defensive spots are going to be Dobbs now. Instead of playing DH, he is now on third base, and Greenwall will now move out. He'll take on center field, and that's where we are right now. One down here in the inning. You had some news on Miss Abby Wilson, did you not?
Yeah, Abby's tuning in, and she's got a big day coming up this Wednesday, actually. She's signing her national letter of intent to play basketball at Missouri Valley College, and so we just want to wish congratulations to Miss Abby Wilson on all her accomplishments there.
Absolutely. Congratulations, no doubt. 7-1 now. Dylan Hall comes up, and here is his first pitch of this season. Just misses for a ball.
That's a good location right
there.
It
was a good location.
Good
one ball, no strikes here. So, once again, Jackson Beast here this afternoon. Boy, he pitched phenomenal. He went 3 1/3 innings. He only faced 13 batters through 62 pitches. Swing and a miss, and that one a 1 ball and a 1 strike now. Good pitch there by Hall. 1-1 the count here. Beast gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was an unearned run. He walked 1, struck out 5. 1 ball and a 1 strike here as Hall looks back at the runner at second base. Mules lead by 6. Debbie Stevenson loves what she saw by Jackson here today. Swing and a miss, and like you said, he's going right after him,
he's
throwing strikes.
He's just going to throw it, man. He's going to rear back and throw, and he, maybe he might identify himself more as a thrower than a pitcher, but hey, you throw it across the plate, get everyone to swing and miss. I'm down with that.
So now Dylan Hall comes set. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Runner takes off the throw down to third base, and it is got him.
Good shot by Miles, catching the runner, stealing at third base. Bryce right there to apply the tag again. Had him beat by a mile. Great job by Miles and Bryce right there, hooking up.
Second time today that Johnson has ended up with a huge play, and there is your second out of the inning, and nobody on base now. Big throw by Miles Johnson.
There's a strikeout.
And there's another strikeout as Johnson goes to first base, and there you go. Inning comes to a close, so we go to the top of inning number 5. Lee Wallace is tuning in from Evansville, Indiana. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 1 minute. Mules lead 7-1 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Here's a quick and easy test to see if you need new tires. Insert a penny upside down, and if you see the top of Honest Abe's head, your tread is too low. If you don't, you're good to go. So when it's time for new tires, remember, Christian Automotive and Tire, keeping you safe on the road.
This is Brenda Holmes with PB Realty Donovan Office. We are Ripley County's leader in every category of real estate. We can help you with residential, farm and land, river cabins, and commercial properties. Call us at 996-5153 or stop by our office at 304 East Highway Street between Quick Connection and North End Motel. Let's talk about how we can help you with all of your real estate needs. Or call me, Brenda Holmes, at 573-707-0741.
We are back here as we get ready now for the top of inning number 5, and the Mules, they lead 7-1. And tell you what, Dylan Hall comes in, throws 4 pitches, and gets 2 outs.
Yeah, great job right there by Dylan. I'm telling you, I mean, he's got to be confident in himself. I've seen him pitch before, and he can pitch. He's just got to be confident in it.
Miss Kathleen Patillo loves what she's seeing right now from the boys. Poplar Bluff having a phenomenal couple of weeks here, and now Dobbs comes up to the plate. In case you're just tuning in, Dobbs hit one all the way to nearly Van Buren earlier today.
Yeah, it's a great smack right there by Bryce, and you can only imagine that the pitcher has that still in his short-term memory. So if he leaves anything hanging, he might be in trouble. So
Barb says, talking about Miles Johnson and the 2 thrown out here today. Inside pitch, 2 balls and no strikes. Miles' dad is here today. He is having a great time watching his boy catch here today. Speaking of Miles Johnson, he is on deck right now. This one popped up, this one out toward center field. Lloyd going back, and he's not going to be able to make the catch. Dobbs again is going to get on base, and he's got a double.
just talk about the power that Bryce has right there. The ball, he took an inside pitch over the center fielder's head. He was able to make adjustment and still not catch a sweet spot of the bat at all, and able to burn the center fielder, stand on second base, and now Miles is stepping into the plate for the Mules.
So now here in the ball game, Dobbs a 2-run homer, and now a double here in the 5th. What was that, Brandon? Did you say you can outpower Dobbs to a home run contest? Is that what you said? I highly doubt it, my friend, but good try.
Maybe MLB,
oh, okay.
Maybe MLB The Show.
Gotcha.
That's a video game in case you didn't know.
T-Mac is horrible at that ball game, by the way. I found that out during the trip. Johnson takes one, this one along the infield, and this one, Moss is able to go over to make the catch. Whew. He'll look at you and say it wasn't pretty, but he got the job done. 1 out. So 1 down here in the inning. And now coming up to the plate now, Ryland Season Good. And now the infield remembers this young man ended up with a bunt single his last time. 1 down here in the inning. It is a 7-1 ball game. Dobbs now leads away from second base. 1 down here in the inning. Good pitch. No balls and a strike.
It's outside corner.
Surprised you're even here today after
that?
the massacre yesterday by the Vols.
It was definitely tough to watch and to see them go down like that.
For some reason, I enjoyed it. I don't know why, though. Something about it.
I was nervous. I mean, Purdue's a great ball team, and that Zach Edie kid's
man, he's going to be something.
7'4" giant right there. It's going to be a great matchup to see him and
Season Good goes down the line.
Right
it's
over
a fair
the bag.
ball. 1 run's going to come in to score. Season Good has a double. And now the Mules lead 8-1. Season Good. It goes right down the line. And the Mules now have another run on the board.
Great job right there by Ryland. I mean, he put that right over the bag.
So Ryland Season Good, he's got a bunt single and now an RBI double. Dylan Hall coming up to the plate now, and the Mules now lead 8-1. By the way, we're back at it tomorrow, too. The Mules have a home game tomorrow. Boy, that's filled those stands tomorrow. What do you say?
Yeah, SEMO conference game against the Sykeston Bulldogs. So great opportunity for our hometown fans to come out and support our boys.
Mules are, by the way, Sykeston. They're playing New Madrid today. Sykeston is 0-6 on the season so far. Throw down to third base and safe at third. Season Good just slides in under the tag. It is 2 balls and no strikes now. And Season Good over at third base. So now Dylan Hall comes up now. He is 1 for 3. Strike is called. 2 balls and 1 strike. 8-1 the score. Mules looking to win their 7th ball game in a row. There's a fly ball. This one's going to get out of play. May hit the car there nearly. There was a car there at a stop sign. I thought I was going to hit it for a second.
Yeah, catches right inside the fence right there. And umpire told everybody, hey, just leave it alone.
2 balls and 2 strikes here. Mules here with the lead coming up on 6 o'clock here on this Monday evening. There's a ground ball. This one gets up the middle for a base hit, another RBI. And the Mules are now on the board at 9-1. A good hit by Dylan Hall.
Going to have a mound visit right here.
So now Dylan Hall gets an RBI base hit. Mules now lead it here, score of 9-1. We'll see what Coach Heim decides to do here.
Bringing in the shortstop.
Yep, going to bring in the shortstop here as Raylon Morrissey will come in to pitch. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come right back, and we'll give you Morrissey's numbers when we come back on the other side. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 6.
So we are back here as we get ready for the at-bat here by Kobe Greenwall, and Raylon Morrissey is the next pitcher to come in. Morrissey, this season, he has pitched 4 1/3 innings, giving up 12 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned. He has walked 4, struck out 4 as well. His earned run average is 19.38. That's where he is right now, and Morrissey will be the new pitcher here in the ball game. And for Brock Morey, his pitch count, 92 pitches overall in 4 1/3 innings. This young man, I mean, he did everything he could for his team here this afternoon.
Yeah, he really did, and he looked good.
He did.
And nothing for him to be ashamed of, that's for sure.
So the wind kind of triggered a couple of buttons there on my computer. Sorry about that. There we go. All right, so the shortstop is now the new pitcher, and for Morey, he goes out and he'll play out in the shortstop area. So we'll see here what the Mules have in store coming up. It's always a great time, by the way, whenever the crowd comes up, and they're gonna place some money on you and Bryce Dobbs, and I got money on Dobbs. I'm just gonna go out and say it.
I'm gonna put money.
Even
on Dobbs.
Tim is waving at me like, "Yep, I got money on Dobbs too."
I would put money on Dobbs.
You can't do that. you can't put money on your opponents.
Why?
You can't throw it.
Why not?
How am I going to get rich if you're doing that?
I mean,
come on now. So Colby Greenwall comes up to the plate now. Greenwall has had a pretty successful day as well. He is 2 for 2 so far. First pitch inside for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes. Greenwall with 2 hits here in the ball game, an RBI. He's also scored a run. 1 ball and no strikes. Up high for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. Don't worry. I think Amanda will put money on you because she has to. She's looking at. She's like, "Yep, I will." Yep.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
I think it's because she has to. It's not because it's confidence. It's more like she's obligated.
Yeah, you're probably exactly right.
2 balls and a strike here.
But I'm going to go with confidence because it makes me feel better.
There you go. Hey, whatever makes you feel better. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Kobe Greenwall. Mules here trying to add more on the board. Dylan Hall standing on. So now runners on first and second base now with only 1 down here in the inning. Boy, you get a vantage point here being so close to the action. You can see and hear everything.
We're not much further than we were when we were there at Gulf Shores that last day.
But we're a little bit higher, though, I think, than what we were.
Yeah.
So now Noah Spain comes up to the plate now. Spain so far today, he's got an RBI base hit. He is 1 for 3 here in the game. First pitch called a strike. No balls and a strike here to Noah Spain. Spain coming in the ball game, averaging 368. Mules lead 9-1. Ball 2 taken, or make that ball 1 rather inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mules here have 2 important runs standing out there. The most important one's on second right now. This one gets away, and the runners will stay put. 2 balls and 1 strike, much like we saw in Gulf Shores. The backstop, not much room there.
No, not at all.
2 balls and 1 strike here as Noah Spain digs in. He's already got a base hit here today. Here is the 2-1 pitch on the way. This one fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count now. We are in the top of inning number 5. So now Morrissey comes set, checks on the runner. Back at second base is Dylan Hall. Greenwald leads away from first. Really good speed out there for the Mules. There's a ground ball. This one to the shortstop. He backhands all the way to first and got him at first base. What a play by Morey as he backhands that ground ball and throws out the runner at first base.
Yeah, obviously it's a great play by the shortstop, but able to have runners in scoring position right now at second and third, and Cade Huffman stepping up to the plate right now for the Mules.
Cade Huffman coming up. He's got an RBI ground out. He has walked and popped out. Runners on second and third base. First pitch up high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. We're in the fifth. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 all due up for the Whippets coming up in the home half. Outside pitch for a ball. This one gets away. Good heads-up play by Beck. He's able to track it down. Nobody able to advance. 2 balls and no strikes. Mules got a run in every inning so far this ball game. We are in the fifth, top of inning number 5. Strike is called. 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 here in the top of inning number 5. Morrissey comes set, and here is your 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And now here comes Dylan Hall, and not going to be able to get him, and Hall is able to come in and score.
Dylan is so quick and so fast. Again, the backstop not being far from the catcher, and Dylan was there in no time. Never gave him a chance.
10-1 now the score as Poplar Bluff now continuing. They lead at 10-1 over Ellington. By the way, Ellington 2019 state champions in baseball. There's a smack by Cade Huffman. He gets his first hit, and the Mules are on the board now, continuing. It's now 11-1. It's a big base hit there by the sophomore.
Yeah, really big hit right there.
With a runner now on first base. So an RBI for Huffman. His first one today, or second one today rather. So now Tabanera comes up to the plate. He is doubled and singled here in the ball game. 2 down in the inning. Mules lead by 10. This one is popped up and out of play behind us. No balls and a strike. Mules now lead by 10. It is just after 6 o'clock here on this Monday. Up high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. So here is the way our schedule breaks down the remainder of this week. Tomorrow we are at home. It'll be a SEMO conference game against Sykeston Bulldogs. And then we're off Wednesday. We are back in action coming up on Thursday. It'll be an away game. It will be at Greene County Tech in Northeast Arkansas. And then Friday we are going to be in Lake of the Ozarks for a Friday and Saturday game. And this one downstairs. Huffman able to get to second base. 2-2 the count now. You going to be able to get to Lake of the Ozarks with Tennessee Vols? Oh, I'm sorry. They're not in it no more. My apologies there, Brandon. I apologize.
That's all right.
Didn't mean to bring up old feelings there.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
2 balls and 2 strikes there as Tabanera fouls it down the third base line.
If I'm being honest, I had Purdue beating them in my bracket, you know.
Okay, so you're still in it. I get it.
So, but I was pulling for them. That's my team.
How does your dad feel about that? Does he know that you had Purdue pulling it off in your bracket?
I mean, he has access to view it anytime he wants to, so.
He's so disappointed right now. I can just feel the energy coming from Paul. He's disappointed, Brandon.
Listen, he definitely knows that I was cheering for him. I mean, I was hoping I was wrong.
3 balls and 2 strikes here. Tabanera trying to reach base. Up high, he does. He draws a 2-out walk. Mules have him on first and second base. And Dylan Bratcher comes up to the plate now. So Bratcher now comes up with 2 down in the inning. He is 0 for 2. He drew a walk back in the first. He popped out in the third and grounded out in the fourth. So runners on first and second base. There's a ground ball. This one, get in there for a hit. Yes, sir. And the Mules, or I should say Patillo's going to hold the runner on third base. So Bratcher gets a base hit on the first pitch he sees. And the Mules now have batted around here in the inning. And Bryce Dobbs is back up to the plate.
Great job by Dylan right there, able to go opposite field in the kind of the 5-6 gap right there. And bases loaded for, as they call him, Bruce.
I was going to say, everybody's saying Bruce. First one fouled away. No balls and 1 strike. Now I'm going to tell Bruce here that you told him that you said you can go deep 5 out of 5 times too. No balls and a strike here. Bryce Dobbs digs in. He is homered and doubled here in the ball game. He takes ball 1 there. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count here. Dobbs is 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs here in the ball game. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Morrissey. Abby Wilson likes what she sees from Dylan, who is standing on first base. Congratulations, Miss Abby, on you signing for college coming up for basketball. Pretty good stuff on Wednesday. Dobbs swings and a miss. And there is your 3rd out of the inning. So the Mules end up scoring 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. The Mules do leave a man on first base. We go to the home half of inning number 5. Mules are 3 outs away from their 7th consecutive win. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Patriot Auto Glass offers chip repair or glass replacement. They provide fast quality service done by experienced technicians. Ask about our veteran and first responder discounts. Call Patriot Auto Glass today at 573-840-5027. And remember, Patriot Auto Glass will come to you.
All right, so here we go now. It is the bottom half of inning number 5, and the Mules right now with a 11-1 lead as we get ready here. Tell you what, Brandon, we have seen the Mules here. They have done really well the last several games, and they have played really good here today as well.
Yeah, we're playing really good baseball right now, and you know, with a grueling week coming up, I hope that trend continues. And we've got our work cut out for us this week. We got a lot of good competition coming up. And, again, a SEMO conference game tomorrow, which is a big game. And going to Greene County Tech on Thursday, which is going to be a big game there for us. And then playing on Friday night. Then you're playing a doubleheader on Saturday. So it's going to come down to a lot of great ball playing and a lot of great coaching and strategy right there. And
absolutely,
we've seen these guys do it, coaching staff, the ball players down in Gulf Shores, and you know they're really believing right now. So they're a lot of fun to watch, and I'm extremely excited.
Absolutely. So now Dylan Hall comes back with it, and here we go now as Hall came in last inning, and the Mules lead 11-1 here in the home half of the 5th inning. First pitch is downstairs for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes here. And we are underway here in the home half of inning number 5. Grant Lloyd, the man up to the plate now for the Whippets. Mules scoring 4 runs in that last inning. There's a flyer, line drive. Grant Lloyd line drives it right to Noah Spain. And 1 down here in the inning. So 1 down here in the inning. That was a line drive, and Spain right place at the right time. By the way, defensive sub here as we see Cameron Settle is now the new 3rd baseman for the Mules. First pitch taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Well, I tell you what, we've had such a great crowd here on Facebook, here on YouTube all night long, and the radio as well. Pitch is called a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss.
Right
yes,
there.
It was.
And the batter is mad at himself, hitting himself in the head with his bat on his helmet right there. Beautiful. A great deception by Dylan.
Will Rayfield now up to the plate. Boy, defensively, he has been sound out there in the outfield and left today for Coach Heim. There's a ground ball. This one cut off by Cameron Settle over to first base in time for the 5-3 out. Good play there by Cameron Settle. 2 down here in the inning. And the Mules now 1 out away from their 7th, count them up, 7th consecutive win here, Brandon.
I like the sound of that.
Me too. Almost as good as when Tennessee lost over the weekend.
Man. He is just pouring salt in the wounds.
1 ball, no strikes here. Nathan Moss now to the plate. So make that 11-1 now. This one fouled away, a 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count here. Pitch is outside for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 the count here. This one gets away, 3 balls and 1 strike now. So 3-1 the count. Mules trying to end this game here in the 5th. And this one is a 2-out walk here. And Moss will get down to first base with 2 down here in the inning. So now, as J.D. White comes up to the plate. 2 down here in the top, or make that bottom of the 5th. Ball taken downstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. So tomorrow, by the way, don't forget, we're going to be at Poplar Bluff. Our ball game begins at 4:30 tomorrow. That means we'll be live on the air about 4:05 like we were today. 1 ball and no strikes here. This one fouled away as J.D. White is even here in the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Make sure and let the Mules know how you feel about them in the video feed. They'll go back and rewatch this. The only sad thing is about tomorrow is we get a halftime score from Kent Keith. Carbondale leading Poplar Bluff 1-0 right now at the half. Thank you so much, Kent Keith. We appreciate that. The only difference about tomorrow, swing and a miss. Good pitch by Dylan Hall.
Yeah, great high fastball.
I was going to say the only bad thing about tomorrow is you're not going to be calling the game with me. You'll be doing the announcing, which means my ratings will drop.
No.
They will plummet tomorrow because you won't be there.
They will probably go higher than you've seen all season.
I don't think so. Ball 2 taken, and Moss able to get to a second base. 2-2 the count now. Marianne Baker says, way to go, Mules. Dottie Scott says, keep up the good work. They are 1 out away from their 7th consecutive victory. This one fouled away. We'll do it again. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. We will have a post-game show as well coming up. We'll be joined by Coach John David Patillo. And we'll see if he brings a player up or not. There is a JV game going on following this one, so we're not sure on that. Here is the 2-2 pitch by the junior.
Oh,
Called
yeah.
a strike 3, ball game.
Beautiful curveball. Great job, Dylan.
Very good job by Dylan Hall. 1 hour, 46 minutes, and the Mules close the door on their 7th consecutive win. We'll have highlights and totals coming up. It took 1 hour, 46 minutes. We're back in just a moment as the Mules get the win, 11-1. You're watching and listening to Mules Baseball Live on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. And the Mules pull out the win today, 11-1, as Jackson Beast getting his first win of the season. It took 1 hour and 46 minutes to complete the ball game. He goes 3 1/3 innings, walking 1, striking out 5. Dylan Hall comes in to finish things out for the Mules. Poplar Bluff now 8-2 on the season, their 7th consecutive win. And this time they took on Ellington 11-1. So congratulations to Coach John David Patillo and the Mules on a hard-fought win here today. As once again they come to Ellington and pick up a big win. And now we will turn our attention now to the next matchup, which will be tomorrow when the Mules are going to be taking on the Sykeston Bulldogs, and that'll be a home game for the Mules. It is a conference game for Poplar Bluff, and that means that it's going to be a big game for the Mules as Poplar Bluff looking to continue on their ways here this season. So far, having a really successful season, and the Mules now are looking to continue that momentum. And the Mules now still waiting to kind of see if the Mules are going to come over here and talk to us or not. We're not really sure yet. That's why we're going to stay put right where we are, just to kind of see if the Mules, or I should say if John David Patillo does come over and talk to us or not. Hopefully he'll make his way over here, but we're not sure just yet. Mules get the win 11-1, so congratulations to the Mules on their 7th in a row. And the Mules here, let's go ahead and break it down. Dylan Hall here in the ball game. Hall today had a very good game on the offensive side and the defensive side. He got a couple of hits here today, an RBI, also struck out once. Greenwald, a couple of hits and an RBI. Noah Spain, 1 hit, 1 RBI. Cade Huffman, 1 hit, 2 RBIs. He also drew 1 walk. Marcus Tabanera, 2 big hits, including a double. He's also scored a run here today. make that brancher rather, had a big hit as well. Also a walk. Bryce Dobbs, money today. He was 2 out of 4, a home run, a 2-run home run, and a double. He also picked up a couple of RBIs. Miles Johnson got it done behind the plate, threw 2 runners out. And Ryland Season Good, a couple of hits, also an RBI here today. Mules pick up 11 runs on 13 hits, only 1 error in the ballgame for the Mules. Walked 4 times, struck out just twice. Mules getting their win. Jackson Beast picks up his first win of the season. And, of course, Dylan Hall also coming in to close out the game as well for the Mules as they are victorious 11-1. And I'm not sure if Coach Patillo is going to be able to come over here or not. We'll see what he does. And he's going to come over and talk to us for just a moment. So we'll stay on the air for Coach Patillo to walk over. What in the world's going on here? I got Bryce Dobbs right here behind me. What exactly? Oh, that's the mule head. That's what that is. You guys got to get in front of the camera over here if you want to be on camera. We'll get them on camera for sure. In the meantime, we're going to welcome in Coach Patillo. Coach Patillo, just so you know, my friend, I don't know where this came from, but Brandon Spain, it seems to think that he can out-hit Bryce Dobbs. I don't see it, though, myself.
I think he can.
You think he can or can't?
He can.
Oh, okay. Well, you're better off than I am. Talk about Jackson Beast, first off, making his first start of the season. He pitched a really good ball game, struck out 5 guys, only walked 1.
Yeah, had a good game. Kept the ball down, kept it around the plate, and that's the big thing, throwing a lot of strikes.
Absolutely. And here today, you look at the Mules. Tell me about Miles Johnson as far as behind the plate. 2 big batters he threw out there, runners rather. I mean, he was money behind the plate here today.
Yeah, and we just talked about that the inning before because he'd hopped one of the guys earlier, and I told him, I said, make sure you just throw it to the base, and we've got plenty of arms, and we were struggling all day long throwing the ball. It looked like we took 3 days off, but he came back and made a couple good throws.
Absolutely. Poplar Bluff here today. What's it mean to the team to come out here? And, I mean, they really had the start in hand offensively. We got going early in the ball game. The Mules only had 1 error, and your offense able to force them with 6 errors overall. Mules, you always talk about the walk to strikeout ratio here today, Coach. Got to be happy with what you guys were able to do. 4 walks, only 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, and again, the only problem we had today, and this is what was good things. So that's the biggest thing is if we put it in play and give ourselves opportunities to get in scoring position, we're going to score some runs.
Absolutely. And now we talk about the next game coming up for the Mules, and that's going to be coming up tomorrow as the Mules will take on a conference opponent in the Sykeston Bulldogs. Your first thoughts here on the Bulldogs here coming up tomorrow?
Well, I know they got their catcher back, and that was a big thing with them. That was a big loss. That's probably their best player overall. Getting them back, I told the kids we can't go in taking things lightly. We got to be ready to play. And we just got to come out and execute and hopefully give ourselves an opportunity to win.
Also, I don't want to miss out here. Dylan Hall came in, pitched a really good inning and a half for you. Gives you good confidence that we now have another arm that we can throw out on any given moment.
Right. Well, and that was our intention today. We thought if the game was close, if we had to use Spain, we could possibly do that, and he still come back and throw some later in the week. But we wanted to use some guys that hadn't been getting as many innings, and both those guys threw really well today. And, with those guys throwing like that, that's going to give us more confidence, to put them in a game situation that is going to be tight. And that's what happened down in Alabama with Jackson. He came in a tight game and really did a good job.
He really did. So today I would assume that our players of the game.
Yeah, I would think so.
Sounds good to you, Coach?
Sounds good.
All right, Coach. Go enjoy the JV game. We'll see you back tomorrow in Poplar Bluff.
All right, man.
All right, Coach John David Patillo joining us live as the Mules get the win here today, going on to win 11-1. And that means the Mules now will have a chance here coming up tomorrow. Poplar Bluff is going to have an opportunity to, make it another victory coming up tomorrow as the Mules get ready to take on a common opponent. Talking about the Bulldogs out of Sykeston. Once again, the Mules get it done here today. They go on to win. Final score 11-1, and we will have a graphic soon up on Facebook talking about the big win here today, so make sure and stick around for that. Also want to say a big thank you to everybody who tuned in here today. Without you guys, we would not be able to do this. We also want to say thank you again to our sponsors as well, as Poplar Bluff gets it done 11-1 here in the ball game. And with that being said, our sponsors here today, they include First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. Also being brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Russians Towing, Baldwin Toyota, First Choice Insurance, Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, Patriot Auto Glass, Christian Automotive and Tire. Also being brought to you by Eye Care Specialist, Larry Hillis Dodge, Air Solutions, Edmondson Warren and Holt Legal Services, Maverick Glass, and Senator Jason Bean, proud supporters of Mules baseball for the 2024 season. All right, for Tim Hicks and Brandon Spain, I'm Frankie Castillo. We are saying so long here today as the Mules go on and get it done. They go on and win here tonight by a final score of 11-1. We'll be back tomorrow beginning at 4:30 for the first pitch, and that means our pregame begins at 4:05. You've been watching and listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.